what do I specialize in? Different philosophical counselors specialize in different things. Just like different psychotherapists, some might do family counseling and some might do identity issues, that sort of thing. So I specialize in what I like to call transformative philosophies, or what's the word? Self-cultivation philosophies like Buddhism and Stoicism and Objectivism. There's a whole variety of transformative philosophies that are self-cultivating. That's the whole goal, is to cultivate the self, to attain enlightenment or self-realization or self-actualization. Right? What are some of the methods and practices that I use or that you find in self-cultivation philosophies or transformative philosophies? Meditation primarily, contemplation, and there's a subtle difference between the two. In meditation, you're altering your state of mind. In contemplation, you're thinking deeply and using your imagination in certain ways. Another method is called phenomenological analysis, is where you just kind of try to deeply look into what it's like to experience what you're experiencing and to kind of bracket out all the interpretations and dive into the qualitative feel and aspect of it, kind of take an inner dive into your own experience. Another techniques are perspective shifting, role reversal, mindful speaking and listening, mirroring, right? Conceptual analysis, right? What do you really mean with that concept that you keep throwing around, right? Some of the things I like to focus on are helping clients to increase their freedom, mental freedom, freedom of the mind, freedom of emotion, freedom of the will, control, self-control, agency, right? How to improve your relationship between yourself and the world, yourself and others. I try to help clients take responsibility and control over their own philosophy, over their highest good. What is their highest good, right? Take charge of your own life. How do we do that? By cross-examining beliefs, values, intentions, meaning, priorities. So it's not only what you believe and value and do and choose and plan on and intend, but why, right? Emphasis on the why. What and why, both are important. They're related, right? Another thing I try to help clients do is imagine how else they could be, right? What kind of person are you? What kind of person are you ideally? What's the highest self that you aspire to? And how might we get there? Another thing I like to do is help clients take on multiple perspectives on situations or whatever the issue is, to see it from many different possible angles, to make sense out of things, but to also break frame, to break out of paradigms and to reimagine ways of being and conceiving and knowing and acting and doing. I try to instill in my clients my own philosophy, which is not guru-like, but and you'll see in a moment when you hear it, it's a bumblebee philosophy. A bumblebee goes to 1,000 different types of flowers and collects pollen and then makes honey, right? So my approach is to go to 1,000 different philosophers, psychology, you name it, wherever we can find wisdom and make it work for you and formulate your own honey. That's the sweet spot for you, right? Primarily, I want to help my clients formulate a philosophy of life and a life plan, not just a hodgepodge of accidental things that we all kind of roll into like a snowball rolling down a hill in the course of life, and whatever it picks up, from television shows and experiences in high school and whatnot. Okay, what kind of benefits? Most of my clients, if not all of them, I think, develop some benefits in the very first session. Some kind of insights, shifts in perspective, some initial clarity, some greater understanding. And most of my clients resolve their issues in just a few sessions. Some of them stay on because it's intrinsically rewarding. It's a really spiritually uplifting experience. And my focus is spirituality. So here's my closing thought. Socrates said that the unexamined life is not worth living. And most of us think that was a little elitist, but he had his reasons for saying that. It had to do with him not wanting to bend over at his trial and die with dignity and, preserve truth and all that. So he he refused to live a life where he would stop philosophizing. So that's why he said that. But I don't think for most of us that's true, right? On the other hand, however, the examined life is a philosophical life or a contemplative life. And that one is definitely worth living. And the reason is because it's authentically your own life. And it involves you becoming your authentic highest self and attaining and realizing your highest good. Not only realizing it in the sense of recognizing what your highest good is, but making it real, realizing it, right? Actualizing it. And that's basically my spiel about what philosophical counseling is in my own practice. All right. I hope to see you someday.